What's up, everyone? Episode 29 today with Alecia Vaught. I got her from the Second Monday Constitution group. Did I say it right? Saying it right? All right. So she's been in the news lately. I had to get her on. We've had a relationship for a few years. When she was campaigning for Amanda Chase, I met you at the gun show in Roanoke. I don't know if you remember that, but that's where I originally met you for the first time. And then we stayed connected just through our relationship with Marie and always being around Marie and you've been in the news lately, and it was exciting, and I'm sure it's been a whirlwind for you. And I just want you to talk about it. I want you to just let everybody know what's been going on, kind of what happened. Maybe we even bring up it's probably on YouTube, right? It's gotten a lot of views. What happened to you? So let's just get what took place there for people that don't know, and then what's transpired in your life since then. Let's just hear that story.
Okay, do you want to play the video first?
Yeah, we probably can.
Good evening, school board members. My name is Alecia Vaught. Senate Bill 739, as you guys probably know, is going to be signed into law very soon. So we're taking the power out of your hands and putting it back with the parents, the way it should be. And it's very concerning that you guys would take the power away from the parents. And Ms. Cass, let me just point out real fast, when you were introducing the public address comment, you said, this is the time we get to hear from the students, from the staff, and from the community members. You didn't mention parents, not one bit. And I think that's a big issue for Montgomery County because you guys do not like the parents. That's how I feel. Because you're taking the choice away from the parents and you're trying to take it and put it into your hands for financial reasons. I don't know. You're taking it away from us, and we have parents' law. So I just wanted to point that out. We sat here last year and listened to you guys preach to us about Governor Northam's executive orders and how we must follow them. You guys remember that? We do. So here's the governor that comes into office, but yet you don't want to follow his orders. Why is that? Why is it different from the last year when we were here to this year? Two different governors, two different political parties. So we were supposed to follow it last year, but not this year. That makes no sense. And it makes all of you a bunch of hypocrites, except for Dana and Jamie. Ms. Cass, you also yelled at me the last time I was here for taking off my mask, but here's a picture of you right here on Facebook with a crowd of people.
That's it.
With no mask on. This is my time, and I don't interrupt you. Here's another picture with you with a no mask on.
I'm sorry, Ms. Vaught, you are done. If you are going to sit there and disparage a member of our school board, then you can sit down. If you have something effective to say.
I have facts and truth on my side.
I am not going to sit here.
This isn't about you anymore. It's about
Can we have a police officer, please?
Really?
Yes.
Scared because of
No, I'm not scared. I don't care. I would like you to either talk about something. You can talk about something that concerns our school board.
Where's my tears?
Is there something about our students you would like to talk about? Then talk about our students.
You're taking up my time.
Can you please ask Ms. Vaught to leave? Thank you.
What, for speaking the truth?
Ms. Vaught, let's let the rest of us talk.
Can I finish?
No.
So you are.
If you would like to finish about students, but if your idea is to stand there.
It's not about you
Huh?
anymore. Now
She
it's
should be
about
able to
Dr.
say
Meyer.
her
I'd like to
piece.
call him
I've had
out.
to listen to people come and criticize me.
People came here and criticized you last year?
Absolutely. And I couldn't do anything about it.
Exactly.
And
As well as
publicly,
me.
I was
So
humiliated.
people came here and they talked about your mask to your face. They showed pictures of your family. They showed pictures of your.
Yeah, they
I
did
didn't put
worse.
those pictures there. You did.
That doesn't make it right.
No, it
That
doesn't.
doesn't make it right, Jamie.
You're right, but I had to sit.
That's my family. That is then fine.
What do you think about our family?
I am not.
Our family is being suffocated to death
I'm
by
done.
your policies.
Time is up.
What do
She
you
leaves or I leave.
Time is up. Time is up.
I'm done.
You can't deal with the truth. You don't need to be a school board member.
It's not the truth, but that's not the issue.
We're coming for them, all of them.
So she just left.
Yeah, she stormed out. Got it there.
Is she still a part of the school board, or did she resign?
It looked like she resigned her seat right there and gave it to me, but
Yeah.
she's still there.
Wow.
And she gave an apology last meeting, but except she didn't apologize to me.
So she just apologized for her like unprofessional,
Right.
like childish behavior that she's an elected official but can't take the heat.
Right.
She can't take the heat.
Resign the seat.
Right. I mean, it's wild. You gotta understand if you're gonna be in that kitchen that some fire is gonna come your way, especially if you've said one thing and done another thing.
Right.
You're gonna get criticized.
And it's the hypocrisy
Of
that
it all.
the parents are so fed up with.
Yeah.
You know, it's just we're tired of seeing our kids harmed from those masks, and then they go out on Facebook and just flaunt openly, you know, with no mask on. It's just not right.
Yeah. It's just a wild world that we live in right now. It's just like, how has it even gotten here?
Right?
How has like this community fallen asleep? Actually, just the country. How's the country fallen asleep to that capacity that we've just let all of this agenda, all this liberal agenda come our way, it feels like, and just like totally just try to run our life.
Yeah, and the voter turnout numbers have been so low.
Yeah.
Parents have not been involved. And they tell us, get involved with your child's education, right? And then when we do, they call us domestic terrorists. I mean, isn't it crazy?
It's wild.
But we've fallen asleep at the wheel. We've let the liberals come in and take control because we've not been involved.
That's so wild.
Yeah.
And like, just looking through my life, you know, looking through my life and how blind I was in my 20s to it all, you know, and who I gave my vote to.
Right.
Man, I'm just ashamed of it, really. And like, I appreciate what you guys are up to with the Second Monday Constitution group. Like, I want to come be a part of that. I know it's blown up. You know, let's just get back to like how life has been since that moment. Like, what's happened to you? Like, you know, in the group, and just tell me how that's like impacted your life.
Well, I mean, that video has got like 30 million views, I think, the last time we looked. It's just gotten a lot of attention. And like I said, it's not about me. It's just about the parents being fed up with liberal hypocrisy.
Yeah.
And it's blown up. It's caused a lot of attention. And our group has tripled in membership, especially after I was on Fox and Friends. And I was able to shout out the group and look up and join Second Monday Constitution group on Facebook.
Yeah.
And it just took off.
Well, let's just backtrack a little bit. Let's go back to like, you know, let's go back to like Marie. Like, what is she up to? What's she accomplishing? Like, do we see any change coming through on like her time as a delegate, or like just what is she up to? I haven't really been paying attention. Tell me about it.
Well, she did some work to help get SB 739 passed, which was the bill giving the mask, you know, optional for the parents.
Gotcha.
Because Governor Youngkin had signed the bill into law, but the schools were defying him. And that's part of the hypocrisy. You know, they made us follow Governor Northam's order the previous year, right? They said we had to follow his order, which required the mask to be on, and we did. And then Governor Youngkin comes in and makes an executive order, and they don't want to follow his order.
I don't get it.
Exactly.
What
Two
is-
different political parties, two different governors.
And it's just like infiltrated all the way through to the local levels too. Like, you know, it's just, I don't know. I just keep saying it's wild. It's like unbelievable that this is going on. Like, we're supposed to be able to live like the way we want to live. you know?
Exactly.
Freedom, right?
Yeah, freedom.
It's just how does
Where
this
to go?
happen? Where
I'm
did it
trying to
go?
find it.
Yeah.
I can't find too much of it.
Right,
you know,
right.
so we've got to stand up for it.
Yeah.
And fight back. And Marie is an excellent fighter. As
Oh, yeah,
in,
no doubt.
you know, as is Amanda Chase, as is all of the, like Tim Anderson, the people that are fighting for our freedoms, fighting for our Second Amendment, fighting for America first or go home. I mean, we've got to have that mantra and that mindset, because for far too long, the politicians have been coming in and promising one thing and doing another. So we got to hold them accountable.
I mean, just look at what America Last gets you
Exactly.
You know?
We're seeing it right now at the
mean-
gas pump,
everywhere.
everywhere.
I mean, even just going to the grocery store, the items in the grocery store, the milk and the eggs and the bread and the
Yeah.
meat. Is there any? I mean, you know, the supply is just gone.
Right.
You know?
It's the mismanagement of our country. It's the putting America last. It's all of that. It's
So the
mindset.
leadership does matter.
Absolutely
Leadership
matters.
does matter. So
and the
it's
perception of leadership matters. When the world thinks that you're tough and in control, like Trump,
Yeah.
they listen.
Yeah.
They think you're weak, and like Biden, they laugh.
Yep. And they invade and start wars.
Exactly.
You know?
Because they know they can get by with it.
Yeah.
And with Trump, they weren't even thinking about it.
Isn't that wild that like the West and like America, it's like most, I mean, we were very polarized. We were very polarized, and a lot of people hated this guy, but the world actually revered him and like was afraid. Like the leadership of the world didn't know what he would actually be capable of.
Exactly.
So he was a wild card,
Right.
and it was like, well, do we test this guy or we do not test this guy? They knew that if they tested this guy, they might not get what they were hoping for.
Right.
I mean, they might not be able to get by with it.
Right.
You know, but now they got, this guy in charge, and they know that he's just going to roll over
Exactly.
and do nothing.
And you want to know why it's so polarized, Scott? It's the media. Trump was absolutely right when he said the mainstream media is the enemy of the people, because they are. And I just experienced part of that this past Sunday with the Roanoke Times and Dan Casey writing an article where he literally takes up the fight for Susan Cass. He calls me at the Capitol Friday. I was job shadowing Senator Amanda Chase. Calls me at the Capitol and starts an argument with me on the phone, demands an apology from me to Cass. And I was like, yeah, you go ahead and wait on that, buddy, and see.
Wow.
But he's taken up the fight for her because, I mean, that's what I'm saying. They're what's dividing our country with the misinformation. Like, for instance, she said those pictures that I showed, and you could see my phone was little, right? Yeah. I did that for effect on her, and I knew nobody could see it. But those were not pictures of her family like she said they are. Those were pictures of her and her coworkers and her friends, because family implies small children or children in general, right? So it's just the media's, willingness to take a false narrative and run with it to fit their own agenda. Right. And we've got to call them out on it every single time, and we've got to take our language back, and we've got to take the narrative back. It's
sad that the media is going to protect the people in power and not run to the people.
Right.
Not run for the people.
Not work for the people, not serve the people. The media's job is to report the facts as they are and let you make your own
unbiased.
Right, unbiased. And that's not what we see.
Right.
So that's one of the big problems and why we're polarized.
No doubt. I agree with that 100%. I can't watch any news. Mm-hmm. I go to Joe Rogan, I go to, independent news sources that come on my YouTube feed.
Well, you go to truth tellers because you know the truth when you hear it. Right. It resonates in your soul. And that's what we need more of. We need people who are not afraid to stand up and speak the truth. Yeah. And because these other ones they're just hurting themselves. That's true. So what's up next? I mean, I know you guys got an agenda that you're looking at. What's happening now that we need to be aware of, and what's coming that, we might want to get ahead of? As far as what goes? Just anything. Like what's happening now, like with the next, school board meetings, or like what's happening, what's coming down the docket on like laws and stuff like that. So the school board situation, what they're trying to do now is, when the kids went to virtual last year during COVID, all of the parents were able to see what their kids were learning, right? Because they had to do it on their Chromebooks, and we were there with it. So we saw all the stuff that our kids were learning. And we also saw who the true shot callers were, and that was the teachers' unions. So now the schools are trying to make the entire schools into a union. They're trying to unionize the entire schools, and they call it collective bargaining. And they're trying to lie to the teachers and say, oh, we want to give you a seat at the table, right? That's their big buzzword, seat at the table. Yeah. Teachers already have a seat at the table, and it's called the microphone in their voice, right? But they want to confuse, and so they're trying to unionize our schools, use our kids for everything except to educate them. Right. They're trying to teach them all this gender, all this nonsense that's not reading, writing, and arithmetic. Yeah. They're teaching our kids everything except for what they really need to know. So that's trying to come through the New River Valley right now. That's coming through the Montgomery County school systems right now. Oh, wow. So the parents need to mobilize and come out to the school board meetings, and they are every second Tuesday. at 208 College Street in Christiansburg. That's the old Christiansburg Middle School. Yeah. And that's where the school board meetings are at 6:30 on Tuesday. Every other Tuesday is when they need to come out. We need to just come out in numbers and speak out against it.
Gotcha.
Because it's some bad stuff happening, and parents just don't know about it.
So that right there, what has that done for like other areas? Like how does that actually affect the teachers? Like if they don't really get a seat at the table, they're just getting lied to. Like what's the end game there? Like you're gonna have like teacher strikes and like what?
Well, that's exactly, they say that they're not going to strike, but if you're a teacher and you agree to unionize, then your voice gets effectively silenced because you can no longer come out and speak out on your own accord. You have to speak through your union representative.
Gotcha.
So they have everyone in one group, and it's like a one big voting block, right? It's one big Democrat voting block is what
Gotcha.
unions normally are.
Yeah.
But they will lie and say, yeah, we're good. We want this person or that person or this group of people or that group of people to have a seat at the table is their big word. And you already have that. So it's just
So it takes
trickery.
it takes the individual freedoms out of the
out
group.
of it. Right.
Gotcha.
Right,
Because we're
'cause-
all a collective group.
See,
at
that's
this
what they
point.
want to do. They want to make all of us as a collective group, right? They don't want individualism. They don't want sovereignty. They want us all to be thinking in one certain way and to be acting in one certain way. And we have to say no.
Yeah. So it's just a continuous move towards socialism.
Giving away your power.
Yeah.
Exactly, Scott. It's
Yeah.
a continuous move to socialism.
Yeah,
And we know where that leads.
no doubt.
I'll tell you what's coming up in Second Monday. if you
All right,
want.
let's do that. What's coming up on Second Monday group?
Okay, so this next month we are having a training on March the 14th from 6 to 9 p.m. And by the way, we meet at the New River Valley Super Bowl. So that's the bowling alley in Christiansburg in the conference room. And the address is 370 Arbor Drive, Christiansburg. So March 14th, we're having two big trainings hosted by the American Majority. One's called How to Run for Office and Win. And the second one's called Get to the Heart, How to Get Your Messaging Out.
Wow.
So anybody that's thought about running for office or doesn't like the way things are going right now, come out and learn and get trained for free, and just get some information.
Wow.
So you can be better prepared, better equipped to run if you're thinking about it.
Cool. Hey, what does it take to be involved with your group? Like, is there a fee, or is there just like you
It's completely free. You just look up and join on Facebook.
Yeah.
And we meet in person every second Monday of the month from 6 to 8, and it's just patriots uniting together. Our whole mission statement is we are a God-centered, constitutional, grassroots organization formed to unite patriots through education, fellowship, and fun to preserve the blessings of liberty.
Nice.
Because liberty is a blessing.
No doubt.
Yeah.
So did you actually get your page like taken down? Like, did you get blocked on Facebook? Did Facebook come after you like or something like that?
Yeah, that's actually funny. So Second Monday has it, but my Alecia Vaught page was banned
So just taken
a
down.
few years ago. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because, when you share the truth on Facebook, they don't like that.
Right.
So then I got in my husband's account, Junior Alecia Vaught.
Right.
And since this whole thing blew up, that got banned.
Oh,
so
wow.
I got censored even more. So now I'm on his second page. And I'm like whack-a-mole. I just keep popping up.
Right.
They're not going to get rid of me.
Right. So have you tried to diversify? Like, have you gotten onto other social media platforms?
Yeah, so we actually have a YouTube channel now. It's
Nice.
Second Monday Constitution Group on YouTube. You can also go to our website, smcgpatriot.com, to get information about the group and the guest speakers coming up and to be kept in the loop.
Gotcha. So no TikTok, no Twitter, nothing like that.
She's on TikTok and she puts all of our stuff
Oh,
on
I've
there.
seen your TikTok. Yeah, I've seen your TikTok.
That's the one that blew up.
Yeah. Right on. So like, as far as Second Monday,
And we have a Twitter also, but I'm banned on there too. So
yeah. So y'all need to set that Second Monday stuff up. Like, that's y'all's brand. I love your shirt. I like your emblem there.
it looks like a poker chip because we're all in for our country, right?
I like it. All right, tell me how you started it.
Okay, so when we had the big gun sanctuary city push, remember in 2019 they were doing the gun sanctuary. Well, we had so many people come out and flood the boardrooms, right? Flood the board of supervisor meetings. Remember that?
Yeah.
And me and Angie went and we were like, wow, how can we take this momentum and keep going with it?
Right.
And so that's when we came up with an idea of, let's start a group.
Yeah.
Let's start a group and see what we can do. So we sat down with Marie and a few other people, and there's actually a group called the Second Tuesday Constitution Group that Phil Spence started in Roanoke. Yeah. So Marie's like, why don't we do something like that? So I was like, okay, that sounds good. And then Johanna Hicks, which is councilwoman, she couldn't make it on Tuesday night. So that's why we named it Second Monday Constitution Group. So that was, that's how it started.
Right.
But
Well, hey, I love
2
it.
years.
I actually love that this community building thing that you're doing. Like when things really go bad and you've
Right.
built a community, the community will show up for each other.
Yes.
And that's a big thing. That's what, I mean, in my mind, how things are going to work moving forward as we all get squoze financially, things start happening in our life that aren't great. And if you don't have somebody to lean on, if you don't have a community that you've built or family, that family built when times get tough, you're going to be in bad shape. You're going to be in very bad shape. So what you're doing now is bringing a lot of like-minded people together.
Right.
That's likely going to be there for each other if, shit hits the fan.
Right.
If things go really bad, what you're doing here is going to provide value for a lot of people. So, I definitely am interested and ready to come down and be involved. So,
And we're willing to do it all over the nation.
Yeah.
I've already had so many people reach out to me like, hey, I want to start a group like that here
Yeah.
too. Can you help me?
Right.
And so we're actually talking about it now, just, making it as simple as we can, like the blueprint of how to do this.
Yeah.
And just going and helping other people, because you're right. It's about community.
Yeah.
So we're kind of getting out
So
the
you're going
age
to go
of,
chapter this out. You're going to
Yes.
have like the Tennessee chapter and that's awesome. That'd be awesome.
We're gonna have it as many places as we can, because this is it is about community.
Yeah.
So we're gonna kind of getting away from the individual. Let's do it all on our own, and just we have to have community
Yeah.
and like-minded people.
Yeah. Like-minded people around the same freedom idea,
Right.
but somebody that you can lean on, because it's going to get tribal,
Yes.
and unfortunately, and it's going to be very interesting. I'm just like the next 36 months on what's going to happen politically, how power is going to shift in a major way, and if things can get back on track the way that they need to, the way that they were, or have we just pretty much, is the cliff, are we already falling off the cliff? Are we already falling off the cliff and it's just going to play out?
Right.
Or can it be reined back in?
It's all up to the people.
Yeah.
If the people are going to wake up and just take their power back and say, you know what, I'm done. We're not taking it anymore, right?
Yeah.
Our theme song to Second Monday is "We Are Not Going to Take It Anymore." Twisted Sister, and we're not. We're just not. You cannot poke a mama bear and her cubs and expect her not to claw back. You know what I
Right.
mean? You cannot keep harming our children and keep hurting them and harming our freedoms and keep pushing us more and more and more. I mean, you can only push the people into the corner for so long before they fight back.
Yeah.
So I'm in the corner of let's fight back and take our country back
yeah,
instead of
definitely.
rolling over and we're over
Just
the cliff.
taking it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. See, at some point, there's no more room to go. Like, using the cliff analogy, like, are we already fallen? Is it too late? I hope not. I hope we're not in like the end stages of, whatever, globalist things going on, and like they've taken over everything and we have no hope. I hope there's hope.
There's always hope,
Yeah.
Scott. I mean, there's always hope. Like God, He's all about love, right? When you have love, you have hope.
Yeah.
So there's always hope.
That's true.
You just have to have a mindset for it, right? It's
That's
all
true.
about changing your mindset. And I think that's another reason the community building is so important, is so that we can all raise up our vibration and in love and gratitude. They've been programming us for decades to be filled with fear.
Yeah.
They're teaching our kids to be filled with fear. And we got to teach them, no, you have love, have love and think from there, speak from there, have that heart-centered vibration going on instead of that fear. And people can do, I mean, it's so easy to get involved. And I know a lot of people are like, I want to do something, but I don't know what to do. Yeah. Well, just come to a meeting. Just look us up on Facebook and join. You know, just now that our group is like 2,500 people and we have all over the country, but they can just form their own groups and their own communities. You know, if you're nearby, come. But we go do these political things and it's just fun for us. Like me and my sister, we just do it as a sister thing and it's just fun. And that's how we got started. But people think that politics is so complicated or this or that. And it's all about what you make it. Yeah. If you're going to make it fun, you're going to have a fun time doing it. Yeah. And more people are going to want to come hang out.
Hey, I love how involved you are. I love how passionate you are to like make an impact. You know, all right. So, you know, I came back from Vegas, right? Mm-hmm. I was in the plane. It was nighttime. We were coming down into Charlotte. You've seen all these lights. You've seen it from the above the earth view.
The 30,000 of you are not that quite.
You kind of sit there and you think, like, I'm just one person in this big world.
Right.
But what you are doing is actually making an impact. You're actually changing people. You're actually informing people. You're actually doing some of the great things that we all should do to, like, move our life forward. Not even just for us, but for down the road, for generation type stuff. So, like, that is an interesting perspective, you know, because people can live a life of nothing. You know, they can not live. They can just exist. Right. And like you're out there taking action, and that's what we all need to do. We need to wake up. We need to fight for the things that are important. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what you guys are set out to do. Yeah. So I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm happy that you're doing what you're doing. And it's exciting to see what's going on and how that little moment, you know, created this whirlwind of like interesting things for you to go do and, you know, put your voice out there to the world in a way that probably is really needed. So just know I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Scott. Appreciate that. Yeah. We're always proud of you. Well,
thank you.
We really are. You're doing some great work here. So, yeah. I mean, anybody can do it. Like, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Yeah. Just about.
Oh, I agree with that 100%. I've said that even in the last episode. I just feel like, you know, anything that anybody else has done, that's why I created this.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I created this, because I seen someone else do it.
Right.
You know?
And you believed you could.
Yeah, I believe
and that's
could.
The most important thing is the belief. Yeah. So many people don't believe that they can do things and they stop themselves, but they're the only ones that can stop themselves. That's true. You know, you're your only obstacle. Yeah. And if we would teach our kids that, we would have a whole lot better world.
Agreed.
We really would.
Eliminate the insecurities, eliminate the self-doubt.
Doubt and fear will kill it every time.
Just run your path, go after what you want in life, and believe in it.
Yes. Belief is the key.
Yeah. I mean, hey, look, when you understand that when you have an opinion and you put yourself out there, that some people are going to love it and some people are not going to love it.
Right.
Then you grabbed all the power. You got all the power at that point.
Right. And you just gotta, you gotta believe in yourself. I mean, you're going to have people that are not going to always agree with you, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But you just have to believe in what you are and who you are. And I think that's a lot of problem with our politicians is they go into office without really knowing and understanding who they are. So then they're giving their power away to all these different, and then they're compromised before you know it. Like, it doesn't happen all at once. It's these little, like, death by 1,000 cuts,
right.
You know? You
come in with the greatest intentions and all the morals and your beliefs, and then you just get kind of chewed up into the system.
Yeah.
And and it's kind of like you're just there in the system now.
Exactly. And you're just a cog in the machine. And that's why I really love Marie. Yeah. People like Marie and Amanda is they know who they are. And Marie's a fighter anyway. And you're not going to, I mean, she's a fighter. Yeah. And I just love that. I love any fighter that can go to bat for our kids, for our families, for our state, for our country.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see her work all the way through and wherever that leads and just the work that she's set out to do. I'm excited to see all that. And, we got to hold her accountable too. We got to, I love her. She's going to be in that seat here in a couple of weeks, but, like, she needs to make an impact. Yeah. She needs to Nick Freitas impact, like what he's doing.
Exactly.
Like, she needs to be, I mean, if she could generate, like, dude, I'm obsessed with TikTok. So, like, Nick Freitas on TikTok is amazing. Like, he gets you know, 500,000 likes, millions of views.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See on TikTok? Okay. Yeah.
And like she just needs to be out there. She needs to be putting her voice out there. She needs to we need to all encourage her to continue to do that, because if her voice is amplified correctly,
yes.
the impact it will make, not just for Virginians, but for America, I think, would be amazing.
Right.
So.
You just got to know how to use the social media to your favor, you know, and to your advantage. And yeah, I agree. I didn't know Nick was on there, but yeah, his speech was really, and also Marie's seatmate, AC Cordoza. Have you heard about him? He's the one that talked to the Black Republican caucus or something, and they wouldn't let him in because he's a Republican.
Oh, wow.
Into the Black caucus. And so he gave a fiery speech, and I was like, yes.
Nice. Yeah, I need to look at that.
If more people would just come out and just fight for themselves too, you know, to stand up and just, all you got to do is stand up and tell the truth, Scott.
Yeah.
That's literally all you have to do now.
Yep.
It's a win at everything in your life. Just stand up and tell the truth. But there's so much fear. It's causing a lot of people not to.
Yep.
And we need to just break that fear down.
I agree.
But, you know, with Ren, he does Facebook Lives all the time and lets people know. And like Tim Anderson, that's how he got so popular, is he broke down the gun laws for us. So everybody's going to have to find their own niche. But when you keep your constituents informed, it always works out to your favor. Right. So.
Well, you know, I'm definitely I hate that. I definitely hate that Marie's going to have to go through that. You know, she's going to have to run an election every year.
Yeah.
Like pretty much of her first, well, yeah, I guess. I mean, would it be a first term? She's gonna have to run. She won and she ran and won. She's gonna have to run and win again, and then she's gonna be up for a re-election.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, but you know, she's a fighter, and I don't have any bit of doubt in Marie at all. I mean, I hope that her and Ren don't have to go against each other, but may the best person win for the job. You know.
Sure. All right. So again, just to kind of wrap this up. You guys at the New River Valley Super Bowl every second Monday.
Yes.
At what time?
6 to 8 p.m. And so in March, this coming up Monday, we have the 2 free trainings, how to run for office and win, and then get to the heart, how to get your message out. Then we've got Chuck Smith, which is the former Virginia AG candidate. He's actually running for Senate. He's going to be our guest speaker in June. So if they can just look up and join Second Monday Constitution Group on Facebook, you can be kept in the loop with all the speakers, the guest speakers coming up and what we're doing. Because we live stream everything. Gotcha. Anywhere we go, we're always live streaming. So people are always there with us doing what we're doing, you know.
Right on.
They're able to see that.
I like that. Cool. All right. Well, you know, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being here. All the support and love, you know, over our relationship. I appreciate what you're doing out there, putting your voice out there, being bold, being courageous, you know, going and trying to impact this community. I think it's great. So keep it up. I'm going to come be a part of it.
Yeah, we'd love to have you, Scott.
Yep. Everybody that's watching, thanks for watching. Go to YouTube, subscribe to YouTube. We need to get to our 1,000 subscribers so we can pop this bottle.
Everybody subscribe to Scott's channel.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
We'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks for watching.